What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Tuesday, a great Tuesday. A lot of stuff going on in news. I know y'all gonna want to talk about the Houston Rockets and stuff like that. But we got some college stuff. Let me get my screen here ready. I don't like how my screen looking right there. I got to get myself right. But today, as I always do, I start the show off first. I want to acknowledge the first 5 people that are starting 5 that signs into the Facebook or YouTube page today. And they're affectionately called the starting 5. And we got Rod Wells, Mindy Collins, we got Todd Holmes, we got Kim Jackson on the YouTube side. YouTube, stand up, baby. Chris Charles rounds out the top 5, but our 6th man of the day. And I think this is the first time, I don't remember Joseph Ballrich being in the top 5. Thank you, Joe. And I see everybody on there. I believe you, me. I see you. I see you, Eric. I see you, Tiffany. I see you, Jeremy. Derek Johnson, all the way from, I got to shout out to Derek. And Derek, what time is it over there where you are, Derek, at this time of day? He's over in Germany. Derek Johnson, Corey Willis, where you been, baby? Y'all when I see these names, I got to shout out to my people. I go Lil Rick on both feeds. Sonya Billingsley, Daryl Anderson. I don't know what part of the world Daryl Anderson is. Oh yeah, Rick Wilmore. Yes, he in both feeds. Corey Willis, Alex Castero, Wesley Yates. Let me see. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna talk. Y'all, other people were my starting 5, but let me tell you something. I love all my people. And especially the people who I'm so affectionate to are the people who disagree with me. That's why I got to always talk to Lil Rick. Because I love a person who always got a different point of view. Might not seem like it, but I do. After the show, I go back and say, okay. And the difference is, Rick, I would agree with you, Rick, but then both of us would be wrong. So ain't no use in both of us being wrong. But what's up? That is Moody from Chicago. Hold up, y'all. Hey, man, all my people. B. Scott. See, B. Scott be ducking out on y'all better watch. B. Scott be ducking out on us sometime. They go Tyandra home. I just had to shout out to my people, man. It's Tuesday. And let me tell you something. Happy birthday, y'all. You know how I am, man. When people in our community that are doing things, I got to say a happy birthday to Lauren Sampson. That's Kevin Sampson's daughter. That's Kellen Sampson's sister. She is the engine that's behind that magnificent machine, the U of H basketball game. Lauren Sampson, is her birthday today. If y'all see her on social media, just go say happy birthday. Tell them you found out on the Chop Shop. Lauren Sampson. Lauren is, let me tell you something. Lauren does everything, but she's over the operations part. Anything that got to do with the logistics, she's on. She even leads you. She came by our section one time and told everybody to stand up and cheer when I said we, wow. U of H needs a boost. So happy birthday, Lauren Sampson. Let me see. I got UCLA announces their deal to go to the Jordan brand and Nike in the beginning of in July 2021. Got a couple of announcements let me get them out the way now, because if I missed them yesterday, because when the show get to going, we just get to going. But I wanted to re-announce that what Brian Jolivet's doing out there with these all above sports tryouts and giving the free uniforms. He got the date updated now, Saturday at 3:00 at Atascocita at the gym. If you make it on these teams, I'm not sure. Call Brian Jolivet at 281 414-8103. I just want to get this, just give a shout out because they're giving each team that makes the team, each team that has a team, they get free uniforms and they also get free admission. His teams get free admissions to all of the events. Unique thing. Y'all call it, man, and check it out a little bit. And then I want, and for the women, I know it ain't Women Rock Wednesday, but if y'all know anything about me, women rock every day in my life. Y'all got to meet my baby, my beautiful daughter. Got 5 sisters. And I want to announce you remember the Diamonds on the Green, the young ladies who came on about golf, the amateur social network of female golfers with a passion for the game and who just wanted to support the game by engaging, nurturing, and providing young female golfers opportunity to play sport. So guess what? For Christmas, this was going to happen. Y'all got to help me, okay? For this Christmas, the Houston chapter of the Diamonds on the Green are looking to support an underprivileged female golfer, okay, with a passion for the game. Y'all go around and find out by providing her with a new set of golf clubs and accessories and lessons. You remember they announced that back when they came on our show, but now they ready to launch. So first, this is their first opportunity to give back since they started in September, and they just say they're looking forward. And and if you want any information about it, go to Diamonds on the Green, Houston, Texas. Diamonds on the Green, Houston, TX at gmail.com. And they'll give you information. Tammy, and make sure Miss Tammy, and just tell her you heard it on the Chop Shop. But I think that's unique, man. Think about that, man. Think about somebody thinking about somebody's daughter. It's gonna get a new set of golf clubs and accessories. She got a whole lot. Tammy Allen, and she Diamonds on the Degree. Oh, you can go to diamondsonthegreen.com. They even left a telephone number. I'm gonna try to post a lot of this information up there. But if you're really interested, you can always, if you don't get the information here, you can always go to the Chop Shop HTX at gmail.com, and we'll make sure you get that information, man. It's unbelievable that that the things that these people are doing in this community. And I got some topics too for Women Rock Wednesday that's gonna kind of got to me a little bit, and I can't wait. But I got a thing I want to share with y'all. I'm just looking for the information. You know, you know how I am. But it's about during this time of the year, during the pandemic, over the last 8 or 9 months, we've been talking about Black-owned businesses and all businesses, especially small businesses. There are a lot of them are struggling, and I saw in the study I was looking at, during the pandemic, there's a lot of freshman class of entrepreneurs. What's up, Gary Carter? In other words, new entrepreneurs. Okay, a lot of new entrepreneurs who just because of COVID they got laid off. They said they're gonna try the entrepreneurs. A lot of people are doing that. I mean, you probably have some friends, and I have some friends too, and guess who they are? I said laid off workers. There's a lot of things that's come into being an entrepreneur, though. That PPE loan that they was given, I'm finding out that loan can be forgiven in the future. I think that loan can be forgiven. There's a lot of stuff on, there's a lot of restrictive regulations on people who operate residential property. I know a lot of people got residential rental property. Residential rental property is different from commercial real estate property. But it was a study. What got to me, Dr. Newsom, it was a study conducted by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And check this out, y'all. And I'll do this before Jimmy come on. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York estimate that 40% 41% of the black-owned business across the country that were permanently shut down their doors between February and April during the pandemic. 41% of black-owned businesses across the country, they shut their doors permanently between, I think, February and April. And if you need a point of reference, only 17% of those of white businesses were closed. Okay? Only 17% of white businesses were closed. I got to tell y'all this, okay? This is a generation loss of entrepreneurs. You know, we try to teach our kids not to just be workers. You want them to be entrepreneurs. Folk who stood in a position to create jobs and help communities remain vibrant financially. And these people, it's a major loss. 41% of them, and not going to ever come back. Think about it this season when we are in our holiday season, when we're putting money into the economy. Because I know a lot of us are spending money. It's a lot. See, we're blessed. What's up, Michael Smith? We blessed on the Chop Shop. A lot of us, we're all right. But in this holiday season, when you're putting money into the economy, we should be thinking about supporting these businesses. Okay? There are some black entrepreneurs, I'm sorry, y'all, that are struggling to stay afloat. You know, and they calling me. You know, I got a little consortium of them. It's a group of us talk. And after the George Floyd killing, folks got a new religion. Not only black people, white people, to start really saying they missed the mark. And they were a little insensitive about it. They said we allowed these conditions to permeate into our institutions, laws, and enforcement. So we need us, all of us, because we got black and white people on our feed. But right now I'm talking to the black folk, right? We need to re-examine how we invest money into our community, including black-owned businesses and institution. And it's a couple of them. Because, you know, a lot of people tell me, well, I don't know. I saw this thing, I saw this business called 54 Thrones. I never heard of it until they was telling me about it. It's an African beauty brand. It made Oprah's 2020 favorite list. Okay? It's called 54, the number 54 Thrones. The owners said it was sad that it took the tragedy of George Floyd's for the world to begin to consider them. They said it was bittersweet in terms of the surge in their business. People recognize you in a tragedy. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Alex. Alex, thank you, baby. I got you, Puerto Rico. My man, Alex. Alex, but Alex, I'm gonna share something with you a little bit later, Alex. We're gonna go there. When you find a black brand that you like, I'm just helping me. Y'all walk through it with me now. Don't be so selfish. So when you find a black brand that you like, right? Treat it like any other brand you like and become a loyal customer. Stop it, Rick. We get tied to brands, don't we? Y'all want me to help you? Nike. We get tied to brands. We love Nike. Somebody on the show the other day said, I don't care what Stephon Curry come out with. I'm going to wear Nike. Gucci. We get tied to Gucci. Louis Vuitton. We get tied to it. We get tied to brands. What I would like to ask y'all in these next couple of minutes, just identify a good black-owned brand that you like. Talk about it. Become a loyal customer. That makes a big difference, y'all. It just make, and I saw another company, Jess, called, it's called, what's the name? It's called The Gilded Body. The Gilded Body. I mean, I sought this thing out. Jess, check this out. They sell luxury body skincare. and candles and accessories. And yes, I was thinking about, I was passing by the, what you call it, Body Works, Bath and Body Works. They had a sale on candles and it was a line down the street. Hold up, Bath and Body Works, make sure I'm saying the right thing. Their website crashed because people were buying so many of their candles. But the Gilded Body sells luxury body skin. See, you got to understand, me being on TV a lot, I'll be on TV and being on this camera a lot. My daughter said, Dad, we got to get certain different products. That's why I love my baby. Don't tell her I told her. She said, get different products to make sure your face is right because you're always in front of lights and cameras. And she found me a black business, own business, and sent me some product. And I'm gonna tell y'all about that product thing a little later. But I'm just trying to say, y'all just become a loyal customer. I'm not trying. I'm just saying, and go a little further. Swap out one mainstream thing that you love, okay? And swap it out with some in a small business. Swap out one of your mainstream things. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just go. And that way, we make a real and meaningful change. These are the voices of Black-owned business. They just telling me that they doing their best to stay afloat. Think about it, y'all. The unemployment rate is 7.9%, okay? But Black folks is about 15 to 18%. You know, whatever you want to think about. But that's something, y'all, we can control to some degree if we support what? Our business owners. People who have solid products and services now. Hold on now. People who have solid products and services. Not just know anybody who look like us. Here are the excuses. And this is what I'm going to end with. Jimmy should be in shortly. Here are our excuses. I had a bad experience. Things just didn't work out. I just don't deal with them. The hell you talking about? You've gotten screwed about a lot of people and a lot of merchants in the mainstream. And what do? Go find another merchant in the mainstream. That's why I didn't side against that guy at the True Kitchen. If Steak 48 man had told y'all that, y'all would just went on to Morton's or went over to another steakhouse, the True Loves. These things we don't work on. Things don't work out in every transaction, y'all. Come on. They don't. That's life. You don't come to the conclusion, I'm not going to deal with Black businesses I'm going because I had one bad experience. No. That's why I always tell you, Franklin Paul, to support this show. There's no reason that the Chop Shop, with all the people we know, shouldn't have 2,000 YouTube followers or YouTube subscribers. And I hope you subscribe, Franklin Paul. There's no reason. I know you've done it, but have you told your friend? Tell a friend, tell another friend. I am not going to do, a lot of people, I'm not going to do, I had one, y'all give me a break. But I had one bad experience on the Chop Shop. Give me a break. You're going to have, let me tell you something. This is a debate show. We're going to have difference of opinions. That the program is still there. This platform that one of your sons or your nephews going to be able to carry it on when Jimmy and I are gone. We got to do better. When it comes to recycling our money, it's an easy fix. We can be the engine behind job creations, y'all, if we recycle our dollars. It's no reason. Everybody who called me from out of town, man, y'all got a great show. Y'all got a great show. There's no reason. It don't cost you a dime to tell Wesley Lakes for you to tell your friend or tell another friend, hey, man, go subscribe to this right quick. Just stop whatever you're doing. Go to YouTube, subscribe to this right quick. Don't cost you nothing. The other excuses that people come up with. I can't find one that sells shoes. I can't find one that sells high-end jewelry. I can't find one in skincare. I can't find a lawyer. I can't find a CPA. We got you a lawyer. We got you a guy on this show that can find you a doctor. Do y'all understand what we're doing? We got you a lawyer that we've used. We got you a concierge services where put you in a position where your kids can get free physicals. But you can pass by the YouTube and not subscribe to it or not get your friends to subscribe to it. Now with technology, y'all, we can find whatever we want. You know how people used to talk about, man, I can't, who are the black Asians? I can't black. Take your ass to Google. Ain't no damn excuse. It's no excuse. You know, you can find somebody think about it. You can find somebody in New York doing a service that you need in Houston. Guess what? You sit up here and wait on what's Jeff Bezos and Amazon to send you a package. I know some people that swears by Amazon. That's a brand. I know some people that swears by Amazon. What's the solution? I just told you the damn solution. Find a black company and support it. Get the wax out your ears, Kenneth. Come on, what the damn solution? Find a black business, seek it out, and support it. You're buying everything. Y'all somebody look at that comment. What's the solution? It's a worldwide pandemic in our community. And Jeff Bezos, Amazon stock done rose since then. People ain't stopped buying shit in our community. You got to be out your mind. Amazon truck run in your community. Okay, all right. Well, then you get on. You better ask, man. I done went through this whole damn soliloquy, and you gonna talk about what's the solution? I gave you the solution. Y'all know how I don't play no games. Wait, hold up, man. Hey, everybody got a package of Amazon. My barber. I think I'm the only one in the world Amazon has never got my credit card number. If it's somebody else, it's okay. I'm glad. I didn't say it's 100. Let me tell you something. All of us are not in survival mode. Rick Wilmore. You're buying from Amazon. Have you been by Best Buy, Rick Moore? Rick, have you been have you been to the mall? Have you been to the mall? Man, we got to quit that's our damn problem. Everybody got a damn excuse for something. All I told you to do is find a business and support it. Well, it's the pandemic. Everybody's you got to buy something. Man, in general, welcome, Jimmy. In general, Jimmy, it's not up to me about cost. It's about value. When you simply look at it, do a cost-benefit analysis. Sometime. Y'all, you're missing the boat. This is our problem. Small business provides greater value because that's the only thing they have to compete. But sometimes, we need to hear these things, man. We just need to hear them. I can see that we need to hear them because I can feel the spirit right now that's going through these airways. Y'all sit on this show and watch a black-owned business every day for years called a chop shop. But Jeremy Davis, there's no way we shouldn't be over 2,000 subscribers. There's no way. Hold up. Rick, how in the hell the pandemic is affecting you to push the damn subscribe button? Come on, man. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy, I had to give Jimmy, it's just Jimmy. Jimmy, you a black business. Jimmy, I'll never forget. We sitting somewhere, and I'm going to just show you how unaware we are. Black business. There you go. Black business. Jimmy got it in his hand. But Jimmy, we got to be more conscious. Because you remember, you wanted to go buy some liquor. And I told you, man, this black dude owned the liquor company around the corner. But your mind was so conditioned, you say you was going to the depot to get it, the Army Depot, because you had a friend got you a deal over there. Not thinking in your mind that if I sent you over there, this my dude, he owned the place, he gonna save you some gas or going to them. But we are so conditioned, man. We ain't. Rick, you made a point. It's in a pandemic. We're in survival mode. Didn't you? So you're trying to make an excuse. It's no excuse to support black business. It's no excuse. We just got to become more aware. We got to become more aware of what we're doing. That's all. We don't know. Think about it. I told Jimmy. He got this Germatizer in his hand, but he didn't think. I go buy this from the Army Depot. I might save a couple of dollars, but the Army Depot ain't going to give me shit. Ain't going to do nothing for me. This dude over here in this community, Mr. McCoy, at his thing, I might can go in there, and we have went in there and shopped with him before. So all I'm trying to explain, man, and I know I'm saying the right things when I get resistance. Because if I didn't get no resistance, Jimmy, whenever there's no resistance, boy, you need to get the hell out of there. I know I'm on the right track. Y'all, we got to be more conscious of it. And guess what? We got to become convicted by it. I put it like this, and I'm going to end with this, Jimmy. Pretend it's your sister or your brother's business. Maybe that'll hit home to you. Pretend it's your brother's and sister's business. Just pretend. And you're going to promote your brother and sister's business. That's how you do. And guess what? A lot of this unemployment stuff, we can, because guess what? If you keep buying from some of these business, Jimmy, guess what's got to happen? We got to hire somebody. You got to hire somebody. That's all. You know, it kills me when you try to help people. We always get resistance. Jimmy, what's up, man? Maybe we talk about sports. They understand that. They understand that. They don't want to talk about that. That's a sore subject because I'm going to leave here and I'm going to go buy me a Louis Vuitton bag. I don't care what you say. It's okay. But go to a black beauty supply and say, hey, I'm going to buy something from you too. Be conscious of it. Jimmy, while you on the air, Jimmy, take a mainstream brand you like. And substitute it for small business, a black brand. Just substitute one. I ain't tell you to do all of them. Just find one. Say, okay, I know you like Gucci. I know you like Nike. But Nike sends us stuff. But I know you like, the other day, Jimmy, I'll never forget, I was talking about Stephon Curry and talking about his shoe. And get what everybody said. Man, I ain't buying that. I'm going to buy me some Nike. Jimmy, we are tied to brands. And all I'm saying, Jimmy, how they do at the rehab, I ain't trying to get you all the way off the dope. Wean yourself. Go find one black brand and just wean yourself off of mainstream. That's all. But Jimmy, what you got, baby? What's happening?
Well, man, we got a lot going on today. Of course, we go to a quick break now, and then when we come on back and talk some sports, and also and get caught up. I think at the top of the hour, we got a special guest coming in and gonna join us, and make it easy on the eyes for you young fellas out there, and some of you old geezers as well. But anyway, do we still have a guest on the guest still scheduled for this afternoon?
Oh, I have not. I'm glad you told me, because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it. But Chop Shop, we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm finna text you now. All right. Okay, Chop Shop, we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And those videos of that young man, Jimmy, that's Kennedy Chandler. That's the young kid from Memphis that's going to Sunrise Christian. And I wanted to just give them, and they're going to play against Legacy soon. Whenever that Legacy game is, I'm not sure. I don't have the schedule, but Jimmy, if you know, you can share. But
January
the Legacy,
the 1st, January the 1st or January the 4th.
Oh, okay, we got a while. Okay, well, not that long. Okay, so, but yeah, I just wanted to share it with it because I couldn't believe that he's a University of Tennessee commit. Played for Mocan basketball, who won the EYBL. And I just wanted to share that with you when I found it from yesterday. And Jimmy, something else happened yesterday, and somebody brought to my attention. I know you got Carvin Holcomb's name in that book as being retired, and it's not. He's in the Hall of Fame at there, and not retired, and it happened in
And
2018. I
and
think
you notice what's the verbiage on that
you
sheet
said that
that
they
table you're
honored.
looking at?
You said honored. You
Honor,
said honored.
honor.
Yeah, yeah,
So all of those people on that list
yeah.
or jerseys are not necessarily retired.
Okay,
All of them were honored
okay.
in a fashion at least.
But
So
I
everybody jersey retired.
but
It goes from school to school. So I
but
meant to distinguish that on yesterday. I was just going through the list and I probably said the word
no, I
retired
said it.
because
I said it. That's why they called me. They said, Robert, because I read it. You remember you said it, but I read it because you said,
it was
look at the
honored.
bottom of the list. And I read it and but you're right. When I looked at it again, it said the date honored when he was
And in
honored.
that particular year, I think that was like what it says. What it says in there. What year was he honored?
2018.
And what year was Joe Young? I think was 2017, maybe the year before that.
Hold on. Let me
And
see, Joe.
I
Joe Young was 17.
remember
17.
And so what happened is
Yeah.
when the Yates alumni at the time was really some of the Yates alumni was pissed that Greg Wise had selected Joe Young to honor him first.
Mhm.
And Greg Wise, basically, I just put in a nutshell. I know Greg don't have no problem with me saying this because I've said it before.
Mhm.
Joseph Young at that time, not to even mention afterwards, but at that time, he had gave a substantial amount of money to the Yates basketball program. And hell, that's a prerequisite right there. If anybody that made it to the highest level of their particular sport reached back to the current students there and gave a grip to the program and made himself visible in helping some of those student athletes, those checked all the boxes. So he decided I'm gonna do it first. So meanwhile, some of the alumni said we're gonna have our own ceremony. We're gonna honor Carvin Holcomb first. Then it's supposed to be Ricky Winslow afterwards. Well, they did Carvin Holcomb, and it never was a ceremony for Ricky Winslow. So then I guess Greg probably sit back and say, okay, since you think you're gonna drive this car, then you do it your way. And so now, hopefully, the George Floyd Classic would have brought the sides. They're not apart, like it's not like they're enemies, but it just sometimes some people may rub some people the wrong way. Now they may see the common goal and how it benefits to, say they mean Yates alumni to go and collectively, first on the first order of business, there's two people. That's Michael Young and Ricky Winslow. First order of business, there should be a dual ceremony, or let them know if they want to have their own particular day. Then every year that they have the George Floyd Classic, they should honor one of those guys. But at the same time, you can't go and just find somebody to retire a jersey every single year. It has to be a space gap in between. Otherwise, you're going to run out of people to get, and you're going to add somebody to that thing to a list to retire. Maybe honor. That may be the proper word. Yates may need to honor, not necessarily basketball, a student athlete every year. Now, if you chose to retire that person's jersey, that's between you and your own domestic family. Mm-hmm. But somebody should be honored. That's at least. They can do that. And that's what I recommend to the principal, Ms. Guillory, when I speak with her next time. Great idea in regard to that. So, but meanwhile, 24 hours later, have any of you made a motion to contact your former school, right? Or a school of your liking about a player jersey has yet to be retired? That's the question. What are you going to do about your side of the fence? Have any of you guys done that? And if not, no problem. You got time. But put that on make a calendar date, Monday, Friday, just to go and just call or stop by the principal's office. Well, you might have to call because of pandemic. Certain schools are not letting anybody on campus. So
Jimmy, for some reason,
I don't do something about it.
For some reason, I don't know. Facebook is just down. YouTube is up and running, and Facebook, and yeah, they just got to come over here to YouTube until it just stopped. That has never happened before. Somebody said, did the face? Yes, it did. I'm sitting here looking at it myself, but it's okay. but I'm just trying to figure out what happened. But you can continue, Jimmy. While you talking, I'm gonna try to figure it out. All right. Let me see. Let me go try to doctor something up. Come on. Keep talking.
Joe, meanwhile, of course, what I can do for you guys right now, while you're doctoring, how about this is a perfect time for me to skip over and give you guys a dose of the website RCS Sports Today. So what I'm gonna do, is let's get this that way you can get yourself off the screen.
Yeah.
And we can get this thing popping. There we go.
Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right. Here. Let me put you in there, right?
And go and make me a little old circle while you go do some surgery.
Okay,
go. That way they can see me. And guys, as you see right now, this is the website RCS Sports. And of course, if you go to that website right here, you see the top games to see around the area today. We have that on the website along with predictions. Top games to see: Northside at Bel Air, Elkins at Decaney, Clearbrook at Kingwood, Fulshire at Hightower, North Shore at Dobie, Thurgood Marshall at Foster, Sharpstown at Crosby, Bush at Maid Creek, Clements at Pearland, Silsby at Beaumont United. That's a 7:30 tip down in the Golden Triangle. One of the things that I focus on, a couple of these games are district games, believe it or not, for certain schools, particularly this Fort B&I, Fulshire and Hightower. And I think that's a district game. And let me double check. We got Hightower. Let's go. Let's look right here. Oh, I got my list. I keep, guys, from the UI with the UIL realignment list from earlier this year. And yes, Fulshire is in the district with Hightower in 24-5A. And as you see right there, also Marshall and Foster. The reason this Marshall and Foster game is so significant is because of this. Foster, of course, Hightower was the favorite to win this district, but all of these are in the same district. Marshall, Foster, Hightower, Fulshire. Guess who else is in this district? Willow Ridge, Lamar Consolidated, Kempner. But these three schools are three of the favorites: Marshall, Foster, Hightower. Foster is still in the football season, so Big Deuce Fothery is still playing football. Meanwhile, Chris Marshall in Marshall High School is still playing football. But however, Marshall, they got hit upside the head of their first 4 games. And I'm going to tell you something. They now have Jalen Lowe played his first varsity game last week against Clear Falls. Marshall beat Clear Falls with Jalen Lowe in the lineup. He's a 10th grader, one of the top 10th grade guards in the state. Lefty got a chance to be special. Here's the deal. Marshall can get this road win over Foster. By the time they play them the second time, Foster will be at full throttle. And it doesn't really matter. All they got to do is Marshall try to hold serve, but Marshall will be at full throttle. So now this is the game. That's why this game is very, very important, especially for Foster. Also, the game tonight, where I think I might slide out to, is this one right here. Clearbrook at Kingwood. 2 ranked teams in the area. And I'll tell you about ranking shortly in a second. Now, inside of today's VIP news, we got a detailed recap of last night's Pato and Travis game. I slid out to Travis High School. Check that out. Doug Jones provides his recap of Duncanville and Yates. He also provides a recap of the Woodlands Christian, and last night they opened up with a district win. Doug's got the Doug's dozen. And remember, I told you guys, soon as whenever we're gonna wait to have when we get later on in the show, we're gonna provide you. It's out. The freshman report. And that's a weekly installment of how many of the freshmen that are playing Division I from Greater Houston, how they are faring. We have the list of their minutes, points, assists, rebounds, steals. We got all that.
We got it today. We got it today.
It's out. It's out.
Okay.
It's out.
Doug
Jones has that. So meanwhile,
are we finished with the screen?
Meanwhile, if you see, hold on 1 second. You see this right here, these teams. And if you're curious, what you do is, if you're curious, go up to the top, like what I'm doing, this top bar. And you see all this stuff, upcoming events, that spring icebreaker info. You got district standings will be posted in here. It's not updated until next week. But go over to the VIP news, then go to these rankings. Now, we're going to start updating the player rankings. I might start giving them to you I might give them to you after the show. I might just update this class of 2021, update after the show. Meanwhile, you got the team rankings, who's updated every Monday morning. You click on that, right? And here's what comes up. It doesn't take nothing but to get to the website. Now, what this does, not just rankings, but it lets you know who each team, who are their best wins and all of their losses. Shore, Legacy, and then also this is what they're ranked now, and this is what they were previously ranked.
So what they lost but 3 games. I thought they lost a lot of them. Because I think you said that's a lot of games they lost.
That's 1/3. Hell, that's 33% of your game. That's 1/3 of your game. That is a lot for Legacy.
But you're 3 games over 500.
They lost 3 of their last 4. Adam.
No, but when I look at this record, I'm not so okay. I'm just looking. Okay.
Understand. Expectations are placed based on the value.
Okay. I keep forgetting about that.
The team.
Yeah. Okay.
This team was marketed. We didn't do the marketing. We did the marketing for the concept of the program that is Black owned and how they are providing a platform for advancement of kids that are interested in the science of sports or sports sciences. But meanwhile, some people were led to believe just because you get and gather the best players out of Houston, that you're going to automatically go and become a national powerhouse.
Okay.
Because you got the
it
best
takes work.
of the Houston players.
It takes work.
And I did my best to counter and caution people against that ideology. That could be possible. Guess what? We've had some years where we could put Houston 8 or Houston 5 against the country, but that ain't this year. Oh, so now we see. You see. Do you have the capability to compete? Hell yeah. But competing ain't what you're going out there for. Well, shouldn't be what you're going out there for. Now, Atascocita, you see Elkins, Beaumont United, Jeanette undefeated, Premier Academy, March. This is the team rankings, guys. We put 30 teams in this list.
And this is in the VIP room right here, right? Is this the VIP room?
This is in the rankings room. It's not the VIP.
Oh, okay.
At the top of the website, where I'm going right now, where it says ranking, you can access all of this stuff. If you want to do the player rankings, you click on right here, and it brings up the players. You see?
Gotcha.
It brings up the players. And the thing about it, this is what, like college coaches, I'll give you like a little tip. A college coach can go in here and click on, they have the access to go a little further. They can actually click on a name like this, and it'll go like this. Let me see.
You ain't no college coach.
Yeah, I ain't no college coach. You show right. I can only go for there. You can go on and clear it off the thing now. That's exactly. The ass ain't gonna coach. You ain't getting up in that room. It has evaluations. Of the players. If I click on their name on that hyperlink for the coaches, they will have evals and stuff, and it tells the last time that we saw the kids play and whatnot, and that's which is a cool thing. But anyway, we're back, and of course, welcome you guys in the boom boom room.
Yeah, Jimmy, I had to work my magic on that one, boss. That ain't never happened before, man. I had to go, and you know, I like this. Our family, sometimes Jimmy, when we're streaming out to 2 sites like this is the first time we ever had this hiccup, and I just had to go into that service and say, look here, bring Facebook back. I had to tell them to bring Facebook back, and guess what? They back on there, boy. Hey, I ain't never did that one. I'm kind of proud of myself on that one, Jim. Hey, I'm gonna be Jimmy today. I pat myself on the back on that one because that has never happened before. But what else we got, man? What else we got?
Well, good job. We got some NBA talk. Of course, it gave you you guys a good dose of high school stuff, and we'll get back to that later on. We're creeping up on the top of the hour already. Good gracious.
That's how we do.
Everybody out there, man. If you can now, we're back. Facebook is back up. YouTube's out there. I see you, Frankie Paul. See Daryl Barnes. We're waiting on you to get that live streaming business up.
Yeah.
For the events, so that Black event operators and also event operators period can be able to utilize your services for streaming games live. Make sure you keep us posted on that. Also, we got Ansu Cisse in the house, Jeremy Davis, Dr. John Newsom, Coach K.
That's Ansu.
Jacob Jackson.
That's Ansu. That's Sensei. That's not Suse.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was Cisse. That's Sensei. Sensei 100.
But he did say something key, Jimmy. He said
Moody out there in the house. I'm giving you guys shout out today.
Yeah.
So you cut the volume up that way. You're at work right now. Barry McDonald.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a bunch. Said hell of a website, Hicks. Thanks so much, because you guess what? What it does, it proves and it shows that by me introducing you guys and helping you navigate through the RCS Sports website, it helps you to really see and visualize some of the stuff that I talk about. When I encourage you guys to go to the website, now you get to see it. You see how the information is right there at your fingertips. And
ain't nothing like a visual.
And we mentioned that thing about the website, and of course we'll go later on and tell them about the college stuff later on, because we got those. Doug has that stuff. He has it ready.
I sure want to see you. Okay, hey Jimmy, hold on. Don't give me no over expectations. Don't give me no expectations then if it ain't great. Just say you're gonna take us here. If you give me I'm gonna talk stuff now.
It's great.
I'm gonna do the Jimmy Hicks now.
It's great. Okay. I put the stamp on it and that stuff in that VIP news. It's great up in there. That's for sure. Now, one thing about it, I haven't went and scoped it all out. I know it's there. I looked at it, but I hadn't go and just, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that together. We're gonna do it together.
Hey, Bart Scott. Hey, what Bart Scott used to say? Can't wait.
Exactly.
Can't wait.
Of course, we got NBA updates for you guys. We didn't get to we didn't get to talk no NBA news on yesterday. And first piece of news is all NBA teams are going to get $30 million to help with their finances, because a lot of these arenas from city to city, this varies as to how many fans they will be able to have watching games. Some will be little to none, and only family, if any, and some will have different rules in place. So what the NBA has done, they found they had a kitty of $900 million, right? And that they raised from the NBA issuing a form of bonds, basically. Notes. That's the same thing, notes and bonds. And in the private placement market. So investors have bought notes, and what they're doing is they're taking the 900 million and dispersing it. 900 divided by 30 is 30 million. 30 teams getting roughly $30 million a piece, and there you have that.
Jim,
well,
that was their war chest.
They got that 900 million.
That was their rainy day fund. They see. I just want people to understand how business works. They put some money in a fund, and just put it over there and let it work. They didn't know it was going to be a pandemic. But they got a place now that they said, okay, here you 30 million up front, here you some operating costs. This is not even a loan, Jimmy. This is a fund that they've been putting in. You know how you put in a little money, Jimmy. You know how they do like the group investments. You know what they call it, the group investments. That's what it was, but that's how big businesses work. And guess what? We need to copy that model. Keep that in mind, y'all.
Now, the teams necessarily don't have to pay them back, but the NBA has to pay this back.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
NBA has to, because all of those, remember, like treasury bonds, you got 15-year T-bonds, you got 30-year T-bonds. Well, in this situation, this is like a note, a modified variation of a T-bond, but it's not a 15 or 30.
Oh, so they didn't do that.
Or 4 year.
Oh, so they got, Jimmy, that's like a loan, Jimmy. That's a loan. That's okay, that's not an investment. That's a note. Okay. See, I didn't look it up. That's a note.
With interest.
Okay. But Jimmy, by the time this pandemic over, the NBA know they're gonna make more money.
Yeah, but I'm curious. The question I want to have, I want to know who's part of the private
the fund,
the market. Who's the donors?
Wait a minute. Which one of the owners? Okay. Which one of the owners?
Why would I not?
Jim.
They have left pockets and right pockets all day long. Don't be surprised.
Jimmy.
If somebody else, if one of those owners put up 100 million to get 150 million back in 3 years, and that's guaranteed, and he put it in the kitty for the rest of those guys, who don't be surprised.
I can tell you one who can do it without even blinking. But boy, at the Clippers.
Yeah.
He can do it without even blinking. Jimmy, he brought the farm for I don't know how many million, the farm, and said, okay, it's just gonna sit there. I'm just buying it so you won't bother me. So yeah, Steve Ballmer. I'm sorry. I don't know how I get a brain freeze sometimes. Thank you, Thad. Steve Ballmer can go do it, but that's unique, Jim. I mean, I like that because these guys, that's a good one. What else you got? What else you got over there? I got some NBA stuff too.
Once again, the notes are for 3 or 4 years. And the NBA totals $900. The NBA basically gave that $900 and dispersed it amongst the team's availability. Everybody, I'm not sure if it's optional or not, but it's optional for you to take it.
You don't have to take on no loan you don't have to take. But hold up, if the NBA gonna pay it back and the team don't have to pay it back, I would take it.
I would take it. So I don't know the detail. That's the fishy part of the details.
Believe you me, I'm gonna find. Thank you. I'm gonna find it out. I'll let you know.
All the teams on the hook, and this information, of course, that I just gave you is from the Sports Business Journal.
Okay.
And you have to have a subscription. It's a subscription-based site.
Yes.
But they provide. If you go to the website, Sports Business Journal, I go to them about once every 2 days, 3 days. Man, you can you can read the headline and get enough out of there that'll keep you keen and acute on a lot of the financial dealings. Also, the Houston Rockets, of course, guys, they have released the schedule. And I really think, and I really subscribe to the theory that it's a smart move for the NBA to break the schedule down as they did, because if they would have locked all two in, then it would have shuffled the whole entire deck and made people get frustrated from buying tickets in advance in certain cities, which they were able to. And now you just do half the schedule, get you through about halfway, and you keep on moving. And the regular season is on December the 23rd. The Rockets will host Oklahoma City. And that game, of course, is a 7 p.m. tip-off and at the Toyota Center. And also one of the things I like about the NBA schedule is they took into the account and have a lot of double-up games, meaning I'm going to play you at your place, then I'm going to play you again at your place. You'll play me at home on a Thursday, then we'll play again on a Saturday. I love the fact that the NBA did it like that. That way now it cuts down on travel. It cuts down on expenses because now the flight from that city is one, especially for those East Coast
You
East
talking about
West
the
battles,
coastal battles, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's now, of course, the first double up that the Rockets will have on wrapped around New Year's Day. The NBA blessed De'Aaron Fox. How did they bless him? De'Aaron Fox gets to spend New Year's Day in New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and even the day after in Houston.
What if he don't want to be in Houston?
Huh?
What if he don't want to come back home?
Come on, your mom lives here. You come on now. You want to come home.
With that kind of money, I can fly my mama anywhere she want to
go. You rather be at home. And now, Alda, you got me thinking about something.
It's different from my son.
And while speaking of Sacramento, they play the Rockets on December 31st. That's a Thursday. That means New Year's Eve is on a Friday. New Year's Eve is on the Thursday. New Year's Day is on a Friday, and January the 2nd is on the Saturday, where the Rockets will take on Sacramento in both of those days. And both games, the New Year's Eve game is a 6 p.m. tip-off. So it don't make people have to. It gives you enough time to get back to the hotel or whatever. Now the question is,
get back to the hotel and do what?
No, I just thought about something. NBA has new protocol.
That's right. Protocol. Get back to I just said, get back to the NBA, the hotel, and do what?
And part of that new protocol is those teams are not allowed to go to. They have to the restaurant, the strip club, the bar. Well, no bars are off limits, but the restaurants must be approved where they can go. The restaurant must be approved. Will they let De'Aaron Fox go home and visit his mom, or spend it with his father, his mom, his dad in Cyprus? Will he I don't know. That's a good question. But the thought that you're still in town, let me tell you something. There's going to be a lot of these young boys that's going to be pissed, that's going to go lose their minds. I've heard that the NBA is asking them to not fly in none of those side pieces this season.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Alan?
Yeah.
The NBA is asking them. And here's the thing that's funny. Back on this side of the fence, we might think that, like, man, hush, man, stop. They're not going to stop that. Trust me, let me tell you guys something, in case you didn't know. Pretty much every single NBA team out there knows who the side pieces are. Now, you could take that one to the bank. They know. You know why they know? Because it's certain people's jobs in the organization. They're going to sit up in the suite. They're going to have those little binoculars. They're going to look. And they know who has been issued what seats. Their staff, the coaches, and the players. So they know who's sitting in what seats. And if you take a picture with your camera, save it, and you can easily make a case. People think that you guys may think that the NBA don't think about stuff like that. Oh, yes, they do. They know. That way, so
you saying Scottie Pippen's ex-wife ain't gonna be allowed on no trips? Because everybody know her now. Every hotel know who she is. So they probably the doorman probably just won't even let her in. She can't even go to the bar no more, Jimmy. Jimmy, the logistics. I don't know. I've been blessed to travel with some teams before. Jimmy, that's going to be a logistical nightmare. It's already lonely on the road, man. It's already, man. It's just, it's rough, man. It's, especially to the young fellas. Now, the other guys, they can bring their wife, Jimmy. I think the wife going to be all right. But it's, Jimmy, it's just unique. And Jimmy, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a fluid situation because and what I've told, they have to start somewhere and then they'll adjust. Jim, you follow me? Then they'll adjust. But I mean, it's I didn't call nobody out, did I? He said I called somebody. Oh yeah, I did call Scottie Pippen one. Shit, she called her damn self out, Eric Raspberry. She all on everything. I didn't have to call her out. She called herself out when she was walking hand in hand with that little boy in the mall. But that's a good one there. So what else? What is NBA is getting?
Yeah, and of course, in case you're wondering, January the 10th and January the 12th, the Houston Rockets host the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers come to town for a play with the Rockets January the 10th and the 12th. And that's a Sunday and a Tuesday. And, the Houston Rockets. But now, speaking of the Rockets, of course, the news, if you live in Houston, you can't avoid it. So the front cover of the newspaper is the theme line or the headline of every sports news anchor in the city, and that is James Harden has been a no-show in practice. And this is 3 days in now. They were expecting him on Sunday. Didn't show up. And Coach Silas even went so far as to co-sign for him and say, well, don't worry, don't panic. He has a private workout tonight. He'll be there. So come Monday, wasn't at the private workout, didn't show up at practice. And then now the tide has turned as regards to Coach Silas, and it's basically officially a standout, officially a hold down. Now, the thing about this is, Adam, remember I explained the value. Every day that he's out, it diminishes the trade value for the Houston Rockets. If he's just sitting out that means teams are going to offer less. There is no way I'm offering you top dollar if your car has been sitting on the side of the road and you ain't driving it. You don't even want to drive your car. So I got to find a way to get the value back up so that I can get fair value. And the thing about it was, and according to the Houston Chronicle, I think it was John Fagan, he says he's saying that, claiming that Harden asked for the Rockets to trade him, even get what you can for me. So that means you want them to get whatever they can, and the Rockets have been adamant. Now it becomes a straight up pissing match. They're not going to get whatever they can for you at your request. So do you what? Do you pull a Kawhi Leonard? But you mentioned yesterday how that the load management, there are even rules and fines that will be implemented against the load management. And some players, it's not
going to go on the player, Jimmy. It's going to go on the team. The player's not going to get fined. The team is going to get fined, not the player.
The team will get fined if they deem load management. That's up to the team to deem the reason you didn't play was load management. Yeah. The Rockets are not going to put a load management
Let me tell you something, Jimmy,
as a reason if James Harden don't play.
I think I said this a long time ago, and I just said it just Rockets got to figure it out, man. You don't want a disgruntled employee. Anthony Davis worked this out. They got to figure it out, and you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about the other day. I thought the general manager, Rockets' former general manager, is gone. The head coach is gone. And I mean, you get rid of those two guys, right? And somehow you figure out it wasn't a great fit for the old general manager, wasn't a great fit for the old coach. You want him out of there. One of the coaches went to Philly. I mean, D'Antoni went to New Jersey. To Brooklyn. Daryl Morey went to Philly. So those guys Daryl Morey got out of his deal. He bought him out. D'Antoni just left because he didn't have a contract. They lame ducked him. So he was allowed to be out. So the player stands up and said, it's not a good fit for him. But now we got to tell him to come to work. That's the difference in players in management. And I know sometimes we forget about that. And let me repeat it again, because some people have a hard time understanding. The OGM, he was under contract. He had a deal too. The owner bought him out because it wasn't a good fit. Mike D'Antoni, they lame ducked him. That means didn't give him a deal. He wasn't a good fit no more. Got rid of him. But when the player stands up and says, it's not a good fit for me, he got to come to work.
Well, the difference is
it's just interesting.
The difference is
I know the difference.
The market, you can't trade a coach for another coach.
Yes, you can.
You can't.
Doc Rivers got traded.
You can't trade a coach for a coach.
Yeah, but I know, but you can trade a coach though. You remember Doc Rivers went to the Clippers and they had to pay. The Clippers had to send them some players back for when Doc Rivers went to the Clippers for Boston.
I'm saying, but that's not trading a coach for a coach.
But the coach, you got to understand. You remember I didn't say nothing about the coach. I said the coach was good. The GM. You can't trade a GM.
You can't trade a GM for a GM.
Yeah, but Jimmy, I understand that. But I'm just saying, when they say it's not a good fit, you make accommodations for them. Understand what I'm saying? When they say it's not a good fit for them, you make accommodations for them. Why not the player?
And even number one, because they white and you black. And I don't know why we keep going through life trying to point out situations where white people get white privilege and it's immense, right? And we try to act like, why it doesn't happen? What happened? Why it can't happen to the black guy? Well, because guess what? You're black and they're white. Do you want?
But this could have been a white player, Jimmy. This could have been a white player also. This could have been a white player.
They would have. If this was a white player, it would have been handled. I'm gonna tell you how it would be handled. Remember when Archie Manning and Peyton Manning, when he came out in the draft and say, "We not even coming out. You better not even pick my son. You don't even pick." He was one of the first to do it. He pulled the LeVar Ball without social media.
John Elway did it too. John Elway did it before him. But keep going.
And John Elway did it before them.
Yeah.
But Archie Manning was the figurehead because Archie was was so loved and revered in that Louisiana, Mississippi part of the country. Mm-hmm. And when they did it, the media sided with and made all of the excuses and sided with the Mannings.
And
the media down south.
Jimmy, I'm understanding that. I just want my people to be aware of it. Because sometimes we just look at it as fans. I understand that dynamic. But some of people who are on this Facebook feed probably never thought that way at all. They made concessions for everybody except the player. And the player just said, okay, I have only one recourse. And let me tell you something. He is going to show up, I think, at some point. He loves basketball too much. But he's going to be a disgruntled employee. He's going to be moping around. That's why I said long time ago, Rockets should do something to make it happen. I said this. You don't want to come to.
Here's what happened, Adam. Here's what happened. What you're playing, what you're risking. Here's the thing. It's straight up business right now. If you want to go that bad, you know what you'll do? You'll waive your no trade clause. If you want to go that bad, we'll get you up out of here. No. Sooner or later, you're going to be so miserable Are we gonna at the Rockets? We'll make life for you so miserable because now you making our job.
Jimmy, they not gonna make
They
not gonna make life miserable for James.
No. Guess what?
They can't. Guess what? What can they do to make life miserable for James?
Guess what? What you do is you can risk
your
behavior can be in that writing. Some of the things that you can mess around and do. Some of the places you can mess around and go.
He can be disgruntled. It's okay to be.
You can be fined as well.
Yes. Okay.
So now you're gonna mess with your own money.
He done showed you money. Hey, he done showed you money ain't a thing. Well, he turned down your $100 million.
After a period of time, something is going to give.
Okay. Well, let's get
after a period of time. That's guaranteed. Something is gonna give.
I got a question. Did these people? I think the Houston Rockets are handling this terribly. Because to whom much is given, much is required. So if you're in a position of authority, you got to be able to make this thing happen. The player, yes, he's an employee. But if you're in a position of power and authority, you got a brand to protect. The Houston Rockets. Let me tell you something. What James doing, I don't believe in. Not showing up. Let's get that straight. And then posting pictures where you at. Not following COVID protocol. So, but he don't have no other recourse. Once he shows up, he's there. That's what y'all understand. That's his only leverage right now. If he show up, we wouldn't be talking about this. And let me tell you something. It's two teams. Look what comes out today. Look at this. James has opened it up for the Sixers. I know for a fact the Sixers been wanting him. Daryl Morey's there. Let me repeat that. Daryl Morey is there. We were talking about the Brooklyn. Yes, Mike D'Antoni is in Brooklyn. But it's a situation that can't be fixed. Now you got just a marriage, right? Now your wife gonna be moping around every day. Every day you come in there, she moping. So guess what? A divorce is inevitable. She don't want you to touch her. After a while, you gonna say, okay, I'll go touch somebody else. So that's all I'm saying, man. It's a unique situation that I just think that the Rockets management need to get, and guess what? The management is what? Inexperienced. They're inexperienced. All I'm telling y'all is I'm talking from the business side. I'm never going to talk from the fan side because I'm not a fan. But I don't believe in not showing up. So let's get that out the way. I think I said that right. I think everybody heard me. I don't believe it. I wouldn't advise that. But guess what? The kid's only recourse. So these people think I'm playing. He ain't missed a game yet. So guess what? He ain't gonna miss no game yet. He missed a game yet. So, I mean, do you want a woman that's this grown every day, walking in your house, sucking up your ass, ain't paying no bill? That's just a question. Sometimes we got to step outside and just look at other ways to do it. And we got an inexperienced management team. We got a brand new coach. And that guy just said, it's not a good fit for me. And he asked them, before all of this happened, he went to Tillman Fertitta and said, Tillman, man, could you trade me? Get whatever, what you say, get whatever you want. Get whatever you can for me from New Jersey. Man, give me these last 2 years to try to chase me a championship. I will come back to the Rockets later. But give me these 2 years. How about that? That's what he told Tim and Fertitta. Better get out. James wants to be traded. Yeah, it's okay. But he asked him. He said, Tim, you got an experienced coach. You got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. It's not a good fit. So that's all, man. Hey, it's all right. It is. Hey. That's all I tell people, man. Just
you got choices and you got consequences.
Yes.
And bottom and at the same time, one of the things is, as I mentioned a while ago, Harden has the no trade clause. So guys, people don't understand that means before they trade him,
he got to agree to
approve. He has to approve it before they can initiate or totally complete a trade with him. So it's no surprises that's the difference. If he did not have that, then and most of your franchise players have one of those in their contracts nowadays. Yeah. Most of them. Yeah. Now the thing is with the Rockets is right now they know as far as hardball, it's only so much hardball that the Rockets can play. Because here's what happens. What's at risk? The choice and the consequences. Well, because other superstar players, Houston has long been considered and thought of. A lot of players around the league love the city of Houston. They love the cost of living. They love the real estate market. They loved how you can get a hell of a spread down here in H-Town for pennies on the dollar compared to living in New York or LA or so to speak, or even in Chicago. Now, so guys love that. Now, nobody loves the traffic in no major city in the country. But the thing is, superstars will take notice of how if upper management is treating a player or considered to be holding them hostage. That means if it happens to him, it can happen to you. So that's the main point of concern, or a main point of concern for the Houston Rockets. If you do, and at the same time, other teams, other owners are also able to notice the actions of the player, of the personnel. If certain things ain't going right, then this is what you're capable of doing. But only to a degree, because there are three sides to every story. Now, meanwhile, this thing with James Harden, the Rockets looking maybe understand. Everybody that's an owner may have allies. Not many owners out there in the NBA on an island by themselves. So even Fertitta, who's a rookie amongst his peers, owners, a novice, I was so to speak, novice in experience, in NBA ownership experience compared to most of the other owners in the league right now. I'm quite sure there are some OGs in the game reaching out to him and try to tell him, hey man, do this way, do this that way. Remember, his current GM was the attorney working at the firm who consummated the deal that got the Houston Rockets sold from Les Alexander to Tillman Fertitta. He was one of the lead counsel in the law firm. So this thing, I say, it's messy. For Harden, it's great if you can end up if he could have ended up in a New Jersey. It's great if he could have ended up in Philly, but the Rockets have already stated. And Philly deal, I think a deal could be done in Philly easier than any of those other teams. You know why?
Get him out of there then, man. Get the guy. All I'm saying is, Jimmy, I watch TNT. And I watch how everybody kid and mess with Charles Barkley for never winning a ring. And he never won a ring. You never win a ring. You never win a ring. Remember, I've said on this show that Have y'all ever thought about James might not just be the number one option? I said he might not be that man that everybody think he is. He needs help. He can get you up the mountain, and he needs somebody else help you carry it over. Like, look what LeBron did this year. LeBron said, Anthony Davis carried me through the season. And then soon as it's time to get the MVP, sit down, young fella, I got this. So what if this guy just saying, I at least want to go and look for a championship. At least I want to go and be able to compete for a championship. At least I've been to 2 finals. And I came up short. I've been to 1 final, and then a conference final and came up short. I'm just trying. See, that's all I'm trying to say is, man, y'all gonna tear their head. Charles Barkley did. He ain't never win no championship. He ain't win them. And now the kid said, man, let me just go and see, can I make a run at the championship? I'll come back to the Rockets later.
Well, hold on. Remember the conversation even when John Lucas was on the show last month. And he presented that question about what would you rather have? The $100 million, the ring, the MVP, or the $100 million, the ring, or the Hall of Fame. Remember that? And that
I remember exactly. And I still say the $100 million.
James would rather have the money. So now
he got the money already now. He got the money.
So that's been my theory from the day one. And that was my response to John.
Jimmy, this thing is about conquest.
Once you have tasted the money, it ain't about the money no more. People say, well, man, no, y'all give me more money. Now, yeah, for some, but for others, once you get money, it ain't about money no more.
James gonna get the money and have a chance. Jimmy, wherever he, in his case, wherever he go, he gonna still be making $40, $50 million a year. No matter what. He just want to have a chance. Hey, I'm gonna make $50 million over here with the Rockets. I'm gonna make $50 million on every other team I go to. I might as well have a Joel Embiid or Kevin Durant on my team. Kevin Durant, y'all done forgot about him. They were tearing his head off for a little while. But now he went and got him a champion, a 2-time champion. And Jimmy, how you so aptly said, and Robert, he got the MVP twice. Now, y'all done forgot about it. But he went on a stack team. So get what James saying. Hey, man. Hey, I got a shot. I don't have to be. Hey, hold up. What y'all say, Jimmy? I can go 0 for 9. Jimmy, I can go 0 for 9 and I can still win. I don't have to go. I don't have to. You follow me? So, it's just been, this the way this new basketball is, man. And let me tell you something. It's a players league. And that guy saying, man, if I come to Houston right now, I don't get docked for no checks unless I miss a game. I'm already in shape. I got my trainer with me. I'm not in training camp shape, but I'll be ready when the season starts. So, it's unique, man. The guest is Jimmy. The guest is in the green room, but that's a unique situation that Houston has. And I just think Houston should have got him out of there, like I said in the beginning.
Yeah, but you have to get something of that. Everybody has a marker in your mind, what you're going to take. If you guys, anybody out there that got some dogs, that got puppies, if you got dog, that dog have puppies tomorrow in your mind. Unless your rent is due, you're going to come up with your mind. I'm gonna take $1,000 for each one of these puppies. I'm good. Now, unless the rent is due. And if you need some stimulus,
the rent is due on the Rockets, Jimmy. Jimmy, your rent is due on the Rockets. The Rockets don't need a disgruntled employee in their midst.
But you're not going to understand something. Nobody needs a disgruntled employee, but at the same time, it happens. And you're going to try to get something of significant value.
And what you said about
Remember Anthony Davis? You mentioned Anthony Davis a while ago with the New Orleans Pelicans. Even so, after New Orleans went through all of that static, they still were able to get some pieces of significant value for this young man.
Jimmy, I want the Rockets to get significant value. But I'm not saying to fleece the Rockets.
But look at the offer from the Nets compared to what Pelicans got for AD. That deal from the Lakers was way sweeter than this New Jersey Nets package. The player Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, you got Hart, you got who else? Brandon Ingram was the most improved player of the year. Lonzo Ball was at the time, he's leveled off, but the jumper has improved. Now he's a serviceable second and third tier guard.
I'll guess here, but this is what you're saying, I think. I read this. I don't know where I got somebody sent it to me. They said in 1992, Akeem Olajuwon demanded a trade from the Rockets.
Toronto. They sent it out to Toronto.
No. I'm talking about 1992. In 92, this was before.
Before 92.
92. He demanded a trade. Okay. The Heat offered Ronnie Cycli, Grant Long, and Harold Miner. Not sure who they are, right? I mean, I know a lot of y'all not sure who they are. It's the same reaction fans will have 28 years from now when you mention Spencer Dinwiddie, Caris LeVert, and Jared Allen. If you talk about trading them for Jared. And I understand that. I understand that. So let James go hang out with little baby, little Weezy, little Teasy, and just shut the hell up and wait on him to come. And that's all you can do. You can't make him come. The season ain't started yet. He hadn't missed the regular season game. Yeah, but Harold Miner didn't have a great career.
And of course,
come on, Jim. Let's bring on Nicole in. She done went somewhere. I can't see her in there. Oh, there she is. She done been out the screen. You're not on the screen, Nicole.
James Harden has reported to the Toyota Center, and he's now in custody of the Houston Rockets right now. So he has reported, had to go through their protocol. So that means you can expect to see. Now the thing is, let me tell you where it's going to get rugged. The media, a lot of media have already passed judgment, already rendered their verdict, their internal verdict. He's going to have to make himself accessible for a press for a virtual conference very soon.
He's good at that. Keep going. He's good.
His response to the questions is what's going to be the topic. His response to a lot of the questions they're going to put right in front of him. And also, you mentioned, you understand, this stuff is coming to a boil right now. It's coming to
James gonna fool y'all. Hey, man, let me tell you something. They working on a trade right now. James, get your butt that we're going to work on a trade. A trade is being worked on right now. I told you, hey, I said he was going to Jimmy.
A trade was being worked on since they came out of shortly after they came out of the bubble. But the thing is, he's not going to just give him away for that.
You remember what I told you? I said this on the show. We go back and find. I said, if I was New Jersey, I'd trade everybody on the team other than two. I ain't going to tell you no lie. Me personally, I don't like James playing with Kyrie. Because if he did LeBron that way, I already know what he going to do. I really don't want that. I wish y'all can get, let me tell you something. I wish we can figure out a way to get, would you take Kyrie, Jimmy? Would y'all take Kyrie? Would y'all be happy? You're a Rocket fan. But let's bring Nicole in and let her, Nicole, pop up in the screen so I can see.
Let's go to a quick break and come right back.
Okay.
And then we get Nicole in. Guys, we have special guests coming to join us shortly in a few seconds, but we're going to take a quick break. Meanwhile, share the show right now to your timelines, to your friends. We got a female coming in to talk some sports with you guys.
Chop. We'll be back. Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, coming to you live from Houston, but we're broadcasting all over the world. We got a special guest coming into the building. She really not no guest. She just, all she got to do is pop in. Miss Nicole Hutchinson, former Jimmy called her. Yeah, she was an intern. Our favorite intern from Howard University. Boy, let me tell you something. I'm just, y'all gonna know I've told you the story. I'm so proud I am of this young lady. And she decided to say, hey, I'll come hang out with y'all today. And she got on her mask. I don't know what the hell she got a mask on for. Jimmy, let me see what she got a mask on for. Why you got your mask on?
But I'm in the dealership, and they were like, "We have to, wear our masks all day." So I'm like,
"Will y'all look at that damn mask she got on? Will y'all take a look at that mask she got on?"
I'm about to play with you today,
Nicole. I just talked about how we're tied to our brands. We're tied to brands, and you came on here and just I got a Chanel mask. Good God. What's going on, baby? I'll leave you alone. What's up, Jimmy? What's going on? How you doing? What you doing? What's wrong with your car? Service?
Well, the engine light came on, so I had to, to make sure it was okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can you talk loud?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Come on, Jim.
Now, of course, Nicole, you're with us. A lot of people may have missed your last appearance on the Chop Shop. You are now working as a sports anchor or journalist. Mm-hmm. All of the above. You're on the news station KALB in, I think, Alexandria, Louisiana, right?
Yep.
And a little bit, let everybody know a little bit about what you do now. Of course, you graduated from Howard. You played tennis while you were in college as well. And you shared that with us. You were the tennis star. But what do you now? What do you do? And how does that work as far as women in being thrust into the middle of Louisiana, covering sports? What all teams do you cover? What area do you cover? And tell us a little bit about the network.
Yeah, well, I actually cover all of Central Louisiana. So we cover at least 40 high schools. That's all sports. So basketball, football, track, volleyball, all of that. We also cover LSU and the Saints. Not really the Pelicans so much, but it's mainly just LSU and the Saints. But I've been there. I just made a year in October. So I'll be there for another year. We'll see. But I have been there. We got to cover LSU when they won the national championship, cover the Saints all last year. This year's been a little different just because of the pandemic. So we haven't gone to any Saints games or LSU games just because they've been really kind of selective of who can come to those games. So it's mainly at New Orleans stations and things like that. So yeah, I just made a year at the network. I do everything on my own. I'm the reporter, I'm the anchor. I also write my own stuff. I shoot my own stuff, do my own highlights, everything I do. So yeah. Okay, see, you didn't have to do all that. You didn't have to do all that.
Now, so you get to write your own stuff. So when you go out and do your story, so who has the camera?
Me. I carry everything. I have the tripod, the lights. I do it all, the shebang. Yeah, I do everything. So everything I talk about is because I did the research. Everything from me.
So do you get to break?
Sharp, Jim? She thinks she be sharp on there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She has her outfit.
And Alexander don't take much to be sharp in Alexander, Louisiana.
No, Jimmy. She be runway sharp. No. She ain't working, Jimmy. You got to realize she preparing for the job she gonna have, not the job that she has. She dressed for the job that she's gonna have when Molly and Joy Taylor and them had to scoot their ass over. I'm just telling you how y'all got to go back and look now. She be You know, I know she over there blushing right now, but that's how she dressed. Yeah, but yeah, now you can
You
finish,
have
Jimmy. I'm
to, you
sorry.
know, I have to bring a certain standard, you know, the little Alexandria. I'm from
Hello,
Houston, Texas. Come on now.
hello. Yeah. Okay.
And of course, do you get to break news often, or do you just get a lot of the stuff from the AP feed, or a lot of and you have to just follow the local beats and go with that, or like, as I mentioned earlier, or do you have the liberty to breaking news on the air?
No, we have the liberty to break news. That's what they want us to do. I actually was one of the few people who broke when Neil Farrell opted back into the football season this year for LSU. He's a defensive tackle for LSU. So I was one of, I was actually, no, I think I was the second person to break it. So yeah. hmm So we can definitely break some news. Like, you got some news for me? I mean, come on.
You you got some news for us? Break some news right now. You got some news to break with us on the Chop Shop? Come on, make your debut. Let me see if you
I'm
can
gonna
see if you
say,
can handle the
I
Chop
don't
Shop.
have no breaking news right now. I don't have no breaking news. We ain't got nothing going
Oh
on in
man.
Alexandria or Central Louisiana or nowhere out in Louisiana right now.
Wow.
It's
Well,
not
tell
too
us this.
much breaking news.
Tell us this. What's wrong with LSU football this year?
Mm. Excuse me. Let me give me a drink of whiskey.
I was about to say, I think we all need some alcohol for this one. They're just young. I mean, when you have only one technically returning starter on offense now that Terrace Marshall is gone, and then you have a few starters that returned on defense. That's Derek Stingley, Jacoby Stevens, those guys right there. You don't really have much to really work with, and I know that's why Coach O's been so frustrated because they're all just really young. So they're making freshman and sophomore player mistakes, you know. So that's just what they've been kind of like harping on, is just rebuilding. But it's hard when you have a team that was so good, you know, the Heisman quarterback, Joe Burrow, that was on the team last year, and all those guys. It's hard coming back from a national championship, but I think all of us just had our expectations set so high because of that, and we weren't being realistic with what they're actually returning with, you know. So it's
I
frustrating, but you know,
I got my own theory what happened. They
Lord.
took their ass to the White House. And they was up there talking about get the gat, get the gat, get the gat. And all of this. Yeah, that's what happened to the ass. I'm just gonna tell you. That's the elephant in the room that y'all know nobody want to talk about. Jimmy got Louisiana ties, and you work down there. But guess what? I don't have no ties to Louisiana, but my mama used to come. I'm still, Jimmy, trying to figure out why my mama used to go to the Bayou Classic every year, and she was from Memphis. I still don't realize that yet. I'm trying to find out if I catch she was taking me down there to meet somebody, we're going to have a problem. But hold up. But they
Well, you
went to
might
the
have a
White
little brother or a
House.
little sister from that Bayou Classic. Don't even know it.
Probably.
You
Hey,
better start
hey,
adding the months up.
hey,
You better add
might
the
have got
months
me
up.
down there. What the hell you talking
Oh
about?
my God,
But,
They
but hold
that
up.
was sick.
But think about this, man. Baby. Ever since they went downhill with me. I like to get the gat though. I like that one. I like that. But God ain't gonna bless no mess.
I was about to say, I see. I can't comment on that one because
Okay, okay,
I work.
okay.
I would just keep my comments to myself.
Don't Jamel Hill that one. Thank you, baby. Smart girl. Don't Jamel Hill me.
Just stick to
You
the
got to report.
basics.
You reporting the news. That's all. We just ask you your thoughts on
You
LSU.
know.
Now, tell us this. Speaking of LSU football, what's the latest on the football player along with his buddy who had the encounter with the police officers last month? What's in Baton Rouge?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
still technically under investigation. So we don't really know too much about what's going on with that. And I know LSU hasn't really been talking about it. Um, I know personally we've been reaching out to like our BR station. That's our sister station in
Mhm.
Baton Rouge, WASB, and they don't even know too much either. So they're still doing an investigation on it. We don't really know too much about that. And I'm
Nicole,
sure LSU's not gonna really put out everything that's, you know, taking place with
Nicole,
that.
when you were growing up, you ever heard of Wayne Dolcefino? You got to become an
Wayne
investigative reporter. You
No,
supposed
don't, no, hell no. Not
No,
down there.
no, sir. No.
Not down there. Don't do that.
what the wait a minute, what y'all saying about Louisiana?
No.
Hey, better lead
Y'all
up.
missing real easy down there.
I'm about to say no. I'm not. No, we're not
Hey,
stepping foot in that one.
is that hold up, is that what was Richard Pryor right about Louisiana? No, I'm gonna leave that alone. You know they talk about Louisiana in
You trying to
the
get me fired from my station? That's
okay,
what you
okay.
trying to do.
Let's talk about something else. I don't want to get you fired.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I
No,
want to get you. I want you to have a promotion. I want you to be promoted. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What else we
So
got? What the
now
Raging
also,
Cajuns doing?
also give me your thoughts on Louisiana Lafayette football being in the top 25 in the country this year. To hear
Yeah.
your thoughts on that.
You know, it's well, we actually don't even cover UL, so technically I don't really have too much to say about that one. But I mean, I think it's good for them. Last year they had a winning season. I know this year they weren't in the top 25 though. Last year, were they?
Mm-mm.
I don't believe so. Yeah, so I mean, it's good for that program. Considering didn't they lose a player this year who passed away? So or a coach. So I think it's pretty good for them. We don't cover
Yeah.
them at all, honestly. So I don't really take too much about UL.
So
So
Sorry to
besides LSU,
break your hearts.
so you mentioned you covered LSU. Do you cover Southern, the Jaguars at all?
Yeah, that's a
So
long
how
story.
can that be the case?
I know.
How can that be the case?
We've been talking about it with our our news director and things like that. They haven't really ever covered Southern or Grambling, and it sucks because LSU is the same distance as both of those schools.
Exactly.
So I mean, like we put out news about them, but we don't cover them. So it's like,
Nicole, you hit your mute button by mistake. You muted yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, she
somebody
over there.
probably was calling the phone and muted up.
Oh,
That's
that's
Nicole
right.
Hudson,
That's
guys.
right. That's right.
And of course with
That's right.
KALB TV down in Alexandria, Louisiana. That's an NBC affiliate down there. She, of course, you remember the face and the voice or the name highly several times. She's started off while she was at Howard during the summer, served an internship with the Chop Shop when we were on 102 amazing 102.5 FM in Houston. And we stayed in contact with her as she graduated, and now she's in the news sector, in the sports sector in Alexandria, Louisiana. Now she's back with us right now, and we were asking you were mentioning the reason that you don't cover Southern, the Jaguars of Southern, because they are located in the very same city where you cover LSU at. And you mentioned that you haven't talked with the director about it. Now here's the thing, I'm going to assume that not assume, I'm going to ask you the question. Are you the first African American female to hold your position as a sports anchor at this news station?
African American female, yes.
So
We've had
that's
because I think I'm the only Black girl who's been a sports anchor there. Yeah.
You Black History, girl.
You know what I'm saying?
so how hard is it? How
It's
hard
very
is it?
hard. It's very hard. I'm sorry, guys. My somebody was calling me, so I was talking, but I didn't realize I was talking. Y'all couldn't hear me.
You put it on Do Not Disturb if you can. Because if somebody,
right now.
Can you do it? Because if somebody call you again, they're going to mess
did.
you up again. Okay.
Just
all
did.
right.
Kind of piggybacking on that question though earlier. So we don't cover them. It's like halfway cover them. We don't really cover them. Like we don't go to any of their games. We just put out news on those teams just because we try to still keep people informed about what Southern and Grambling have going, because there's a lot of alum who live in Alexandria from those two HBCUs. But I mean, it sucks because the people before us never covered them. So it was always LSU, LSU, LSU. So now they're trying to make it a priority of us still covering LSU and high school sports and the Saints. But going on to this other question, it is very hard being a Black woman. Um, and in general, just because the standard is it's so much higher than an African American male. So for me, it's been a little difficult, but now I think I've gotten used to it, so I don't let like little stuff phase me. Like my co-anchor, we got a call to the station one time. I've been here for a year. Okay, so we got a call to the station 2 weeks ago. I was live at a football game, and this older Caucasian lady calls the station, and she's like, who is this out here on the field? And so my co-anchor was like, that's our sports anchor, Nicole Hutchinson. She was said, well, why isn't there a man on the field reporting? They recorded this, so I went back to hear it. So she goes, why is there a man not reporting on the field? And my co-anchor was like, excuse you? Like, this girl is well overqualified for this job. So what are you calling me asking me about a man reporting for? So she was just like, well, I just prefer, a man reporting live at the football games. And he was like, he literally read her rights and was like, well, I don't know about you, man, but there's a lot of Black women in this industry, like Maria Taylor, Jamel Hill, and he went to naming and all this stuff like that. But it's just little stuff like, that, people just so used to it being a male dominant industry, and their expectations are always up to see a man. And it's like, I can do better. So I'm confused as to why you even had the audacity to call the station. So
Jimmy, and you know
it's
what?
hard.
And Nicole, that holds true because I didn't realize until I talked to some people, and when Hillary was running, it's some white men. They just said, "Man, no, I can't vote for no woman.
Yeah.
I can't. Women,
I don't know what it is.
yeah, it's a lot of guys was just saying, man, I just can't vote for a woman, and it was weird to me because women do everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But
But it's crazy because this was a woman, though. This was a woman that
yeah,
called.
but hold up,
So
hold
I'm
up.
like,
Even
if anything,
guess what? Even the white women didn't vote for Hillary. They voted
yeah.
for that other dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that you can't talk about. Yeah, but what else you got, Jim?
Now, also, now the question is, I'll ask another question. I'll present some from the viewers in the Boom Boom Room that they have for you, and that is, do you cover LSU Alexandria, the college, the
Oh, yes,
NAIA
we do.
school? Of course, Larry Cordero is the head coach. They just played SFA the other day, and you guys breaking news. Of course, SFA and Baylor has agreed to a game which will be played tomorrow. They have basically one day to figure it out.
I can't.
And she can't hear me, Adam.
You can't hear me
And
either? Can you hear me, Nicole? Huh?
No.
Just go out and come back in. Go out and come back in there. Yeah.
Now, meanwhile, breaking, of course, Baylor will play SFA on tomorrow. They have one day to prepare for this game. Remember, SFA
But Jimmy, didn't they just cancel a game?
Well, Baylor canceled a game, had a team cancel on them.
Uh-huh.
And as a result, they picked up two games. I want to say Nicholls State and SFA, maybe. So Baylor will play SFA. That's and SFA is really fired up for this game. They wasted no time and even took a discount on the normal dollar to play Baylor. Once again, Baylor and of course also collegiate news, University of Houston, which you guys have known that two coaches, both of the Sampsons, were not present at the previous game against South Carolina. Props to Cornus White, who's from Louisiana, New Orleans, got his win as acting head coach in place of Kevin Sampson. Good win for him. Coopers came from behind. Tremont Mark stepped up 18 points, I think, in the win. Opened the game 1 for 8 from the field. He was not shooting it well in the first half. However, that's why it is two halves in basketball. And Tremont Mark has earned the
Freshman of the
player
week.
of the week in this conference, and ditto for Kenneth Lofton Jr., who we mentioned on yesterday from Port Arthur, Texas. He's at Louisiana Tech, and they played LSU the other night, and he had a super stat line, a double. He had 2 double doubles in a row for Louisiana Tech, becoming, as we mentioned yesterday, that becoming the first player from Louisiana Tech since what's the fella name from Utah Jazz, from the Denver Paul Millsap, to accomplish that feat. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Kenneth Lofton Jr., shout out to Tremont Mark, both freshmen of the week. Ironically, those 2 guys played on the same youth basketball team coming all the way up when they were elementary school. They played with the Gulf Coast Blue Chips. And one of the coaches of the Gulf Coast Blue Chips was the late, great Jared Scales from Triple J's Barbecue, was the coach alongside Clyde Jackson. And shout out to those guys. I know it's great to see those kids. That's what you call making the right choice. Now we have Nicole Hutchison back with us, and she's taking us a tour of the dealership. And Nicole, let me tell you something. While you're in there, if I was you, I would go and let one of the managers know that you're live on the Chop Shop, and have him grab his phone and put it up on Facebook and make him follow.
No. Put it up on YouTube.
Either one of them. Put it up on YouTube. And make him follow. That way now he can get, as you give him a shout out on your way out the door. That way that might be worth a good discount. You know, ain't no mic to it. That should be worth a discount.
Hutchison? I'm sorry.
Hutchison?
What did you say? Is the Bentley ready? Is the Bentley ready?
I can't even hear. Can y'all not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Your service ain't gonna be that good outside though, but we can hear you.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah, you just froze up on the screen, but keep talking.
Nicole, go ahead on and finish taking. It's time to take care of business over there now. Take care of your business because the internet.
Don't take care of your business because we want you.
We're gonna talk to you later on.
Yeah, we're
of course that's Nicole. Always, good to just get her thoughts as we did, guys, on a lot of things sports down in Louisiana, and I was really shocked to see, and maybe that why that news station KALB in Alexander does not cover Southern, but they do LSU. And also, I didn't get a chance to present the question to her about the Peabody High School with nationally.
Wait a minute, she just came back on. Hold on, Jim.
Coach Smith.
Hold on. She just came back on. Hold on. Go and ask that question right quick.
Hutchison?
Nicole, we're gonna cut you off.
I'm back finally.
Tell me what about Peabody? What about Peabody, Jimmy?
Yes, Peabody's basketball and Coach Smith. He's the longest active winning head coach in high school basketball right now in the country, and he's right there in Alexander, Louisiana. Coach Smith, have you had the opportunity to cover Peabody?
She can't hear you, Jim.
Okay.
She can't hear you. We're gonna get out of there. Let's finish.
Yeah. So click it on off. Anyway, guys, and of course, if you aren't familiar with Coach Smith from Peabody, I encourage you to do so. Once again, last year he released a book finally, and this man has been there forever. Has coached 2 to 3 decades. Of players and families down in Alexander, Louisiana, and he's he's part of the Hall of Fame. He was inducted, I think, about 2 years ago. We had him coming. I had him coming to one of the events, and I think something happened. His wife had passed away, as also about 3 years ago as well. But he's a class act, and I know Brian Jolivet normally gets his players to participate in his grassroots events at least twice a year. But anyway, that Peabody team is pretty special in Louisiana. They're gonna win place or show every year.
Jimmy, before we leave, I just want to make another announcement because I know I didn't do it yesterday. I did it at the beginning of the show. The Diamonds on the Green, the Houston's is an amateur social network of female golfers and with a passion for the game, and they're nurturing and engaging and providing young female golfers with an opportunity to play the sport. So if for Christmas now, this chapter, the Houston chapter, they are looking to support an underprivileged female, not one of you rich females, an underprivileged female junior golfer with a passion for the game, to provide her with a new set of golf clubs, accessories, and lessons. This is their first opportunity to give back, and they're looking forward to many more. So if you have any, they're gonna there's long-term vision. They got a lot of long-term visions, but just go to the website diamondsonthegreen.com, and you can. I got a email address. You can do Diamonds on the Green Houston, then tx@gmail.com. And Miss Tammy would look into you. And if you didn't get that, just go to the Chop Shop mailbox and give me the information, and I'll hook you up with the right people. But a young girl who want to play golf and thought about going to play golf, can't afford the golf, these ladies going to provide her with this. So let's get on top of this for Christmas. Some young girl can have that up under her Christmas tree. So let's pay attention to that. Don't forget about that, y'all. What else you got, Jimmy?
Yeah, and of course, we mentioned the University of Houston. I was talking about the coach Sampson. They have shut down basketball operations at U of H. So that means the game against Sam Houston State, which was scheduled for this week, has been canceled. And that is so they're pausing that. Once again, University of Houston, currently ranked number 7 in the country, has paused all team-related basketball activity. And I'm not scheduled how long, but both games this week have been postponed. That's Sam Houston State, which was tomorrow, and Rice was on Saturday, I think at 2 p.m., something like that. That game is postponed as well. And Rice is off to one of their best starts in recent memory for the Owls. So once again, University of Houston, they're shutting it down right now, which is a good thing. And I'm quite sure the game with Rice is relatively easy for them, and Sam Houston State are easy because both schools are within a car drive from the Fertitta Center. So it's easy to get those games.
Wow, Jimmy, hold up. Thank you, Akisa. She just made me think about it. So that game that's at the Fertitta Center can't be played? They got to switch venues? Because if they shut operations down at U of H, wouldn't they shut that practice facilities right next door to it?
Well, as it stands, there's no word of the change on that. I think they're basically. I think what it sounds like, and I spoke with Coach Brooks this morning from University of Houston, and Alvin Brooks, Alvin Brooks Jr. And I think it's more so on the car being on the caution on the side of erring on the side of caution with its situation and meanwhile, of course, that way give everybody a chance to seclude themselves. And with the facility part, I don't know. So I was assuming they just probably gonna deep cleanse everything, and if they have the event, that means they're gonna deep cleanse it again before the University of Houston gets back into their facility. Now, mind you, University of Houston board men's. Anybody has other women, because if the women is still resuming their operations, and the women picked up a hell of a win last week, this past weekend. But if the University of Houston women is still operating, then that means the facility is definitely not going to close down if the women are still in operations. So you have to think about that as well and factor that into the conversation. But guys, this is the new normal. Yeah. This is the new normal. The only thing is that you can imagine how some people, like, those games are drivable. Those are if If you don't live in Houston, Samuelson State is in Huntsville. Huntsville, the drive from Huntsville to University of Houston is probably about an hour and a half from door to door. About an hour and a half. So good. That's so the drive from Rice to University of Houston, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 12 minutes door to door. Bus to door. So, but this is what I'm saying. High school seasons, we've mentioned several times last week, different high school programs shutting it down, pausing, so to speak, activities. And this is how it goes. And as I said, I stand firm on it. You look, if somebody text me the other day about, well, man, how is these high school districts pausing things and shutting and canceling games, but grassroots is going full-fledged? Well, it's a simple reason. And I said it before. If grassroots made it mandatory for you to take a test, most grassroots operation wouldn't get past day one. They would shut down. That's the truth. So that's just the business of it, and shout out Marcus Carroll. Thanks. Eden Holt at UT Martin was also a newcomer of the week. Eden Holt went the long road to Division I. He was on the state championship team. The state championship finalist team, Katie Tompkins, back in 2017. And I think that was the year 17.
With Jamal Bienemy.
Yes, Jamal Bienemy. And
he just got into school as a wait a minute, it couldn't have been 2017, Jimmy.
17 or 18. I can tell you right now. One thing about the magazine, it never goes out of style.
And now he's a newcomer?
He's a freshman.
So he's a 21-year-old freshman?
I don't know how old he is, Adam. I know he been in prep school.
But hold on. You said if he graduated at 17, he graduated at 18. Okay. Thank you, Kenneth Gamble.
2008. I said 17 or 18.
Okay.
18. Bienemy was a sophomore last year. So
okay.
Bienemy
is which one y'all right? 17 or 18? Y'all,
it's 18.
On, y'all. No, but I'm just he played prep.
No. If Jamal Bienemy was a sophomore last year's 2019 to 20, right? He was a sophomore. So he was a freshman in 18 to 19. So it's 2018. March 2018. Okay. You're your freshman that fall. So that's when it was. But he went and he understand the long road. Bottom line, it worked out for him. But understand something, guys. That's the route that some guys have to take in this game. But the thing is, there's no way that he was a Division I player coming out of high school, out of Katie Tompkins. No way. 2 years later, people saw what he did. And that's the thing. And it reminds me, what's happened to the young fella out of Spring High School? If anybody's watching right now, Kenneth Gamble, remember the young fella, who the left-handed guard? We talked about him several times on the Chop Shop. He's one of the leaders in scoring for a little while in the area, and he went and did the prep school last year. Remember the daddy stayed told us on the Chop Shop, used to come on in the VIP room, the boom boom room, with you guys all the time, and was adamant that his son had a couple of offers. And I remember one time, what's the kid name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Kid, that's it, Cornelius.
I like that little kid. That little kid can play.
Okay, but there's a lot of kids that can play. But the thing is, expectations are what you're setting forth, or what bar that you're using to measure a kid by. And they said that he was Adam. He went to a prep school last year and did well.
Yeah.
Where is he now? Anybody know where he is now?
He's at home because of COVID. I like him. I don't care what nobody says. I like him.
Is he still doing another year of prep school, or is he?
I don't know, but Jimmy, guess what? He taking his route. whatever the route he taking his route. You just gave the other kid. Yeah.
No. That's the whole thing. Charges
Yeah.
and consequences. The thing is, you were not the Division I player at the time. And as Brian Merritt so eloquently states, he's assistant college coach, and he says they all end up where they belong.
Yeah. Yeah.
They all end up where they belong. So
like
he's
him,
going to play college ball.
I like
Do
him.
I think he's a Division I player 2 years after high school? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But no. It was so much maturing that was needed to be implemented into his game.
Okay.
That now he gets to see, and then the focus gets sharpened because you realize now that you're closer to 21 than you are 18. And the business and the understanding of the game, those mid-level schools, people are winning at those smaller conferences with older teams.
What is LeBlanc doing, Jimmy? Jimmy, what is LeBlanc doing? Somebody at Mo City Finance said, what is LeBlanc doing? Because I'm not familiar with that situation.
LeBlanc is a Brewster Academy, last I heard.
Oh, Brewster's a nice school.
Prep school.
Yeah.
Prep school.
Uh-huh.
But that's, like I say, the thing is, at the same time, the offers, a lot of times people claim that they have these Division I offers. And my thing and my stance is certain people you can sell that to, they'll buy it. If you don't have no offers, I'm the last person in the world that you should come to me and say that a school is offering or interested or recruiting your son or your son. I'm gonna talk about the boy side. I'm the last person.
Hey man, hey y'all, and the reason he's saying that, man, he gonna go ask that damn coach. I'm telling you, parents, don't tell him you got an offer. I know a parent mad at him right now, mad at me too, because I'm on the show with him. Matter of fact, this is a good time to do a public service. His views are not my views, parents. I got my own views. Mama get mad at me because of what Jimmy said. It's crazy. But it makes sure the information is true before. Hey, you can do your line now, but just don't tell him. You can do your not line. I'm saying you can do your imagining, but if you tell Jimmy gonna call the coach. I'm just helping you. I'm just helping you out. Let's not do that. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, public service announcement. I had to add that one.
Yeah, and of course, he gave a PR announcement on that. Now, also tonight, don't forget the Dallas Cowboys and Baltimore Ravens are in action tonight.
That's right.
And it's a pivotal football game for both teams, more so the Baltimore Ravens, because they find themselves in the midst of the wild card hunt. They cannot ill afford to lose, especially against a loss to the Cowboys. Washington ended Pittsburgh's undefeated quest last night. I thought Pittsburgh had that game won. It was up by 14. I was like, okay, cool. Next thing I know, they lost. I'm like, whoa. But now Washington, the Washington football team is now tied with the Giants. They're 2 games ahead of the Cowboys. That win, the Giants, how about that? The Giants beat the Seahawks and Washington beat the Steelers in a 48-hour span. And now both that hurt the Cowboys because Dallas, instead of being tied with those teams or 1 game back, now you're 2 weeks back. And you don't have the tiebreaker on both of them.
Hey man, this is another
Cowboy fans. Y'all, guess what? The Texans and the Cowboys had a funeral on the same weekend. Both of them are gone. But the difference is, going into this season, the Texans knew they were garbage.
I didn't think they were garbage, Jimmy.
You knew they were heavy trash. You knew it.
Jimmy, they gave a man $200 million. When you give somebody $200 million, your ass can't be garbage.
That was a play on. That was a play on the. That was the black guilt that goes through the mindset of
Black
some of these
people. A lot of black people don't go to the Texans game. Jimmy, when the last time you been?
I say black guilt, mean the guilt of how the stuff that them owner, that owner and his son. The owner is dead now, but the son and how that program treated and openly expressed their views towards how would you say political stances, social economic situations, and that's part of the guilt.
But guess what though?
So you go ahead and pay them, that way you can use this case in point.
So you call this guilt, right? Okay. So let me give you some more guilt. Since $200 million worth of guilt, okay. But Jimmy, if he paid $200 million, so when the NFL, when Jay-Z gave $100 million to the people still mad at Jay-Z, talking about he sold out. So, but let me show you something, Jimmy. Cal McNair, right? Texas chairman, CEO. He got a new committee, Jimmy, to consult and helping him find a head coach. Did you see that, Jimmy? Guess who on the committee?
Who that?
Tony Dungy, Jimmy Johnson, Andre Johnson, and Spurs CEO R.C. Buford, and Rod Graves, the executive director over the Fritz Policy Alliance. That's his search firm. He went and he said, I ain't depending on nobody. These are my people right here. And guess what? I'm going to make it happen with them. These are the people who going to help me. Jimmy, that's unprecedented. In 30 years in this business, I've never seen that happen. So what you said, maybe it's guilt. Okay, he's a hell of a guilty man. That man said, I'm going to get his boy here. I'm going to get this little black kid $200 million. And then I'm going to get these guys to advise me. It's a hell of a lot of guilt, Jimmy. Hell of a lot of guilt.
They have it. It won't be the first time you saw it. There's a lot of them out there that have it. That way they can use it.
I hope all of them get guilty.
To support their theory of how much they claim to love us.
Jimmy, they don't love us, but Jimmy, all we need, Jimmy.
You tell Deshaun Watson and tell him that. Jimmy, he thinks they love him.
If we can get Mitch McConnell to admit the guilt and Lindsey Graham to do this same thing here, Jimmy, it might be some changes made. I'm done, y'all. That's all I want to say for the day.
Yeah, man,
I'm good. I got phone calls out the wazoo to make. Wow.
It's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba do this thing on this. Make sure, guys, if you hadn't shared the show, this is the perfect time to share the show to your timelines, to your groups, to your friends. If you give us a thumbs up if you're on the YouTube feed, we'll see you guys, of course, on tomorrow, 22 hours. I'm quite sure there's going to be a lot of news and also a lot of football to talk about as well because of that tonight's game, and that is Lamar Jackson will be playing tonight for the Baltimore Ravens. And understand something. This has another timeline to it. This is Dez's first time to have get back against his old team. You know Dez could not wait for this game. This is like the first day of school for him against the Cowboys. And so it's going to be intriguing to see how, if he shows up and shows out against the Cowboys tonight. And I'm quite sure that Jackson is the quarterback he's just the type of quarterback that's going to make sure that he get that ball, get that rock over, appeal over to the big fella. So we're going to see how this goes. That's enough for the storyline in itself right there. But anyway, guys, see you guys in 22 hours. Once again, share the show, spread the word about the Chop Shop. Thanks so much for everybody for tuning in. Hey, man, a great day with the Chop Shop, man. Get some notes. We'll talk more. We're going to mailbag tomorrow. May even open up the phone lines tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. It's Women Rock Wednesday, Jimmy. It's Women Rock Wednesday. So a woman got to be the first call.
Got to be the first call. We'll look at phone lines tomorrow time we come on in there. Peace, guys. We up out of here. Make sure you go check out rcssports.com right now for the top games to see around the area today.
Okay.
Also, go and check out the VIP news. Plenty of scoop in there. We'll talk about those college guys on tomorrow, Adder.
Okay.
They're inside the VIP news.
I'm gonna read
I
them
don't
up.
want to
I'm read
break
up on
much of it because that's good VIP news right now. Let the VIP news viewers get that first. But every freshman that's in the Division I program right now, we have a chart. Doug Jones posted in the VIP news on rcssports.com with all of their stats. That way you can look at all of them at one time, how they're faring, even minutes per game, and all of the stats behind it from the greater Houston area. No matter what Division I college they're at, we have the list right there for you to see. Check it out and a lot more. VIP news, only $2.50 a month. Best deal in the land. See you guys on behalf of Robert Hatter, Jim Hicks. Peace. We up out of here, man. Chop shop.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.